This is Marcy Anderson with the Fishing Report for Southeast Kentucky. On Lake Cumberland, water temperatures are ranging from the mid to upper 60s depending on location and time of day. Black bass fishing has been good the last few weeks. The fish are moving into the banks and most are fairly shallow. They've been hitting on a variety of lures including jerkbaits, spinnerbaits, and swim baits. Crappie anglers have been having some success fishing up in the creeks around deep cover using jigs and minnows. Striped bass are looking healthy this year and fishing has been good. There are a variety of sizes of striper in the population with fish up to 42 inches being caught this spring. The night bite is starting to pick up, but early morning hours are also productive using live shad on planer boards fishing 30 to 40 feet deep. On Cedar Creek Lake, water temperatures are in the mid-60s. Bass have moved up into shallower water and can be picked up on spinnerbaits and swim baits. We're also starting to see better numbers of red ear sunfish on the flats. On Laurel River Lake, bass fishing has been good. Target main lake points as well as shallow water cover using jigs and spinnerbaits. Brown trout were stocked into the lake last week and some are up shallow on the lower end of the lake. Just a reminder that brown trout fall under the statewide regulation with a 1 fish daily limit and 16-inch minimum size limit. So as always, good luck and good fishing.
Hi, this is Nathan with your fishing report from the Northeast. Cave Run is sitting a foot over summer pool. Muskie fishing is still good on the lake. Focus on these larger coves and in the back of them to target these fish. Also, try trolling out in front of these larger coves and it'll improve your chances of getting a bite. Crappie reports indicate crappie are still hanging around those channel edges and should be moving up to the banks to spawn soon. Once they're on the banks, jigging or using minnows should work great. Bass fishing is starting to pick up as well. Anglers report they are catching them on crankbaits as they move into the shallows. Crappie fishing is heating up on Grayson Lake. Target flooded cover or timber using minnows on the banks. Bass are getting ready to spawn and they're starting to move up on the banks as well. Bass fishing should be heating up here in a couple weeks on Grayson. Don't forget about your local trout stream in our district. Trout will be stocked one last time this spring and the beginning of May in the gorge. So get out there and take advantage of these fish. Well, that should do us for here in the Northeast. Remember, when you're on the water, make sure you wear your life jacket.
This is Jeremy Shiflett with a fishing update from the Northwestern District. Rough River Lake is several inches below summer pool. Water temperatures are in the upper 60s. Bass fishing has been slow of late. The fish are post-spawn and are just not very active. The same goes for the crappie, but a few fish are still trying to spawn. Most, however, seem to be done. Fish are scattered 2 to 15 feet deep. Tube jigs, small plastics, and minnows have been picking up a few fish. Hybrid striped bass fishing has been good. Fish are being caught trolling, using rattle trap, swim baits, and even an Erie Deary rig tipped with a night crawler. You can also cast swim baits or drop live bait near the creek mouths. It is time for the hybrids to start moving up the South Fork on their fall spawning run. Night crawlers and chicken liver fish from the bank around Eveley usually catch fish this time of year. Please remember each person can only have 5 hybrids over 15 inches per day. And if you use live bait, it must be caught in the water body that you are fishing. Do not catch live bait in a tailwater or another river and bring it to the lake to use. That's how invasive species get spread. No Limb River Lake is about 4 feet below summer pool. Water temps are in the upper 60s and likely to touch 70 or even the low 70s by the end of the week. Bass fishing has been pretty good. About half the largemouth bass were still in spawning mode last week. Fish were actively feeding on shad ranging in size from 3 to 9 inches. So try shad imitating baits fished 4 to 12 feet deep. Crappie fishing has been fair. Most fish have finished spawning and are transitioning offshore, so look for fish on main lake brush and standing timber in the creeks. White bass fishing is excellent right now. There have been fish caught in the jumps in the lake, in the creeks. Others are hitting crappie baits near structure. And fish are still being caught in the river up near and around Bacon Creek and above using fly fishing and spinning gear. At Lake Malone, bass fishing has been good. Most fish have spawned and are actively feeding on shad. A lot of fish do remain relatively shallow, so target woody structure, large rock, and the edge of the water willow 3 to 8 feet deep. Bass fishing has been good at the smaller state lakes. Target woody structure 3 to 8 feet deep with soft plastics, shallow running crankbaits, and spinnerbaits. Crappie fishing has also been good lately. Tube jigs and small shad imitations cast from the bank, dropped down on brush, or trolled 3 to 8 feet deep can pick up some crappie and even some saugeye at Carpenter Lake. Red ear and bluegill fishing is picking up. Red ear are on the beds with bluegill ready to move in. Target 2 to 6 feet of water near structure with tube jigs, hair jigs, road runners, castmasters, redworms, mealworms, or night crawlers. Trout were stocked this week in Nolan Tailwater, Roundstone Creek, Sinking Creek in Breck County, and Otter Creek on the ORA. Catfish will be stocked next week in Davis and Grayson County Finns Lakes. There are lots of opportunities this time of year, so get out and enjoy some outdoor time. Good luck and stay safe.
This is Caleb Bentley with the Kentucky Stocking Report. This week across the state, we stocked rainbow trout and brown trout. Rainbow trout were stocked in Nolan Lake tailwaters, Lim Camp Creek, Sinking Creek, Roundstone Creek, Otter Creek ORA, Dewey Lake tailwaters, Paintsville Lake tailwaters, Yatesville Lake tailwaters, Beaver Creek Right Fork, Cave Run tailwaters, Fish Pond Lake, Russell Fork, Fish Trap Lake tailwaters, Burt Combs Lake, Beulah Lake, Buffalo Creek Right Fork, Buckhorn Lake tailwaters, Mill Creek Lake, Blacklick Creek, Trammell Creek, Sulphur Springs, Casey Creek, Jennings Creek, Grayson Lake tailwaters, Triplet Creek, North Fork Triplet Creek, Big Caney Creek, Laurel Creek, Car Creek Lake tailwaters, Cranks Creek Lake, Looney Creek, and Martins Fork Lake tailwaters. The brown trout were stocked in Big Caney Creek, Laurel Creek, and the Lake Cumberland tailwaters. Good luck fishing and stay safe.